My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review for Roma. And this is a movie that many people thought was going to win Best Picture the year it came out. Lots of critics, and clearly the Academy loves it, but it's also one of those movies that if you ask anyone in your day to day life, they've never heard of it, and it's not hard to figure out. I mean, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, it's Spanish, it's black and white, not really a movie made for mass appeal. And even though there are some things I admire about the filmmaking, it's just a very nothing movie for me. But let's talk about what I did like, and it's incredibly well directed by Alfonso Cuarón. I think everything he brings here really works. He also did the cinematography, and it's just stunning. I love how so much of it is just the camera panning from right to left. It just makes me feel like I'm an observer. And just the way that some people stay in the frame without picking up speed or anything just shows that this movie has immaculate blocking. So incredibly well done. This movie also has no score, and I didn't even realize it until like an hour into the movie, and I'm just like, you know what? They're pulling it off. So that decision I think worked really well, especially for the kind of movie this is. It's not very a showy movie, and there is some genuine emotion in this movie, especially in the last act. There's one scene at a hospital which is just heartbreaking, and there's another scene at a beach which does have emotion. I just didn't like some of the stuff that was said there. The first two acts are definitely the build up to that payoff, and I do think this movie is unnecessarily long. At 2 hours and 15 minutes, I feel like you could have tightened it to an hour and 40 and just made for an easier watch. I don't think there's enough substance or material or story or character or depths to really warrant this kind of length. And it is really slow in moments. Now, I don't really find this movie to be boring, but it's also one of those movies that just doesn't really do all too much for me. Like, I watch it and I'm like, oh, this is well made, and oh, the last act has some emotion. But I watched it a few hours ago and I already stopped thinking about it. It's a movie I only like and admire when I'm watching it. It's not a movie that stays with me in any way, and that's a huge aspect of criticism. You know, the movies I love are the ones I'm still thinking about and talking about it days after I see them. And this movie just doesn't do that for me. There's some great aspects of it, but there's nothing here that I'm actually passionate about. You know, I can take a movie that is very flawed, like The Fabelmans. I didn't love that movie as much as everyone else, but there were some scenes which I just love and I have thought about again, like that scene after prom and that scene when Sammy discovers his parents' affair. Those scenes have stayed with me, but this movie, nothing. So if it doesn't have lasting power, I can't really recommend it. If I think it's too long and it's 2 hours and 50 minutes, despite me not hating this movie in any way, can I really say that it's a movie I like? Not really, I don't think. It's definitely not one I hate, but I'm just kind of mixed on it. The performances are very good. Latza Aparicio does a good job, and Marina Di Tavira, I think, also does a good job, but she was nominated for an Oscar for it, and I don't know. I think performances that year, like Natalie Portman in Vox Lux and Emily Blunt in A Quiet Place, and I don't know. I don't think she should have been nominated. Still good performances. So, yeah, I've pretty much said my piece. It's a very well made movie, stunning cinematography, some good performances. There is emotion here, but I just didn't really care all too much at the same time while I was watching it. There's really nothing great about the story and characters, and there's nothing that I'm going to be thinking about tomorrow. So I'm still going to slightly recommend it based on the craft alone, but it's not one you ever really need to watch in your lifetime. But if you want to, it's not one I'm going to advise against. So I'll give Roma a 5 out of 10 with a slight recommendation. Okay, have you seen Roma? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin,